Our business is 6 divisions, and a 7th one I'll talk about in a little bit. But basically, we're a full-service agency, right? We started in TV, and so a lot of folks know us as the TV marketers, 12 or 13 years ago. And since we've added digital, SEO, SEM, and so we're probably, one of the largest digital agencies as well. And for us, it's interesting because with mass torts, you're talking about injuries and different target audiences. So not just one marketing method might work, for all things. It won't always just be digital. It might not always be TV or radio, geo-targeting, outdoor billboards. It depends on a whole bunch of variables. And so we built vertically, not just marketing and the creative, but then we realized we have to help law firms answer calls, right? Because they weren't sometimes set up to answer mass tort calls that are coming in nationally, and they'd put them on hold, they'd abandon the calls, they'd get to a voicemail, and then we'd have clients call us and say, we're not going to, we don't want to work with you anymore because the campaign was terrible. And we'd say, really? And we'd listen to some of the phone calls that were recorded, and we'd realize we need to help introduce best practices. And so we did that with call center. We did it with contracting. So even if the calls get answered and qualified, the whole idea of getting the contracts out and getting them back and getting med record forms, that's a whole piece of work that often is different nationally than law firms are doing in your local markets. So we started a contract services group. And now even today, that secondary service is getting that long form questionnaire. It's going to be important if you guys are out talking to vendors about getting cases. You still have to get that long form questionnaire filled out, and you have to get the med record forms. And so if you're buying contracts, you're going to get a fee agreement signed. You're not going to have that secondary service. You got to think about if you're staffed to do it or if that's something you want to outsource. We have a whole phone technology with phone numbers, thousands of numbers, and routing. We bought a med records business years ago in Pensacola, Florida. And so we vertically integrated so we can help offer services and control best practices, for each division. And so radio, TV, like I said, we're sort of agnostic, whatever works best. And that's literally every week, whatever works best.